ago, I asked on my Instagram stories who wants their drawing to be animated by me. I couldn't do all of them in this video, but you will see me animating 4 drawings from 4 amazing artists, and I will put their Instagram names in the description. I really hope you will like this video, and we'll see, maybe I will do something similar in the future. So, let's roll the intro and start animating. First, we will start with Sarah Lair art drawing. I import it in the Procreate, and first I will activate Animation Assist. Set this drawing as background, and now I'm thinking of doing a cat on this balcony. The cat will not move, only its tail. So I'm drawing the cat's body on a new layer, and then later I will combine it with the drawing layer. That will allow the drawing and the cat to stay visible all the way through animation, because it is set as background. Then I am adding a new frame and drawing the tail. Each tail movement will be on a new frame, and I will be doing a loop so the tail will go from right to left and then back. At the moment I am not thinking about how many frames it will be, but it turned out as 12. So the cat's tail in the last frame is one step from being the first frame, and that will create the loop. And you can see in the middle the tail is more straight, and when it reaches one side it gets more wavy. When I'll finish drawing the tail's outlines, then I will color the tail in, and I want it to be behind the balcony railing, so I will erase it where I don't want it to show. Now the cat is done. We have a 12 frame loop. So I want to draw a hanging towel, and it will be moving in the wind. And I can do the movement in 12 or 6 frames. I will be doing it in 6. So how I create this? Towel stop and sides stays in place, and at the bottom there is this little wave. With each frame I am moving the wave from one side to another. And here you also want to keep in mind that to create a loop you need to create a movement in the same way, so that the last frame is one step from being the first frame, except this time it will not be the 12th but 6th frame. And then I am checking out how the animation looks, and you can see me changing up a bit at the bottom part, and when I am happy with how it looks, then I will color it in and add some shading. When I'm happy with how it looks, then I duplicate each towel layer. And I will put them together with the cat's tail. It will be first 6 towel layers with the first 6 cat layers, and then the all 6 towel layers that we duplicated together with the last 6 cat layers. You can combine them or you can merge them together. Then I will add some dots here and there to create some shine from the sun. But that will be on a new layer, and I will be changing the layer mode to add. And then I can only combine the layers, no merging together here. The first animation is done. The next drawing is from Watercolor Tour. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. I thought about butterflies when I saw this tower, so I drew a flying path, lowered the opacity, and then combined this layer with the tower. Turn on Animation Assist and set this as background. Then on a new frame, I will draw the butterfly when its wings are fully open. When the outline is done, then I create a new layer under the outline layer and combine them and color the butterfly. And together I will create 3 frames with the butterfly. One frame will be with wings fully open, like the one you are seeing now. The second with wings a little open. And the third will be with really little open, almost closed wings. And I will also color them. The flying movement will be from 4 frames in a loop. Open wings, little open, closed, and little open wings. And then it will start again. So I am duplicating the frames and moving them in this order. And moving the butterfly within the path that I created earlier. When the butterfly is out of the drawing, I create some empty frames and then move him back in. And then the butterfly sets on the flower. And I want him to be there for a while, so I will draw a new loop for that. Now that the butterfly has landed on the flower, we can start drawing. So I draw this similar as before. One frame when the wings are open, then half open, closed, and again it will be half open, so that will be one loop. And then I will duplicate it 2 or 3 times. At first I was thinking that the animation will end here, with the butterfly on the flower. But later I decided to fly the butterfly out of the drawing, so the whole animation is a loop. Also, I will draw some random scribbles and dots in each frame and little butterflies that are flying around the tower. So now you can just watch the animation process till this one is finished. The next drawing is by Maya again. It starts like all other. Import in Procreate, turn on Animation Assist and set the drawing as background. Now first I want to create some smoke coming out of the chimney. What I do is draw one wavy line and then with each frame move the wave. Similar like with the towel in the wind. And when I'm happy with this line's movement, then I draw the second line and color in the smoke. When that is done, let's move to the lighthouse. So we have 5 frames with smoke, and I need 5 frames with the light that will be blinking in the lighthouse. I create a new frame and I will draw a light source. And then I will duplicate it and draw it a bit bigger. And then I will duplicate this frame and draw it a bit bigger. At the end I will have 4 frames, and then I will duplicate one of the smaller light source frames and put it as the 5th frame. And then I will add some more yellow in each frame, and I will also add some white highlights. When the light source is finished, I will duplicate each smoke layer and each light layer. At first I put it together and the light was blinking too fast, so now the light will be 10 frames, but it will be like first frame, second and second, but the smoke will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will merge them together. So that part is done. Now I want to add a coconut that is falling down from the palm into that pool. So I create a new layer and start drawing the coconut. And with each new frame I am moving it down, and also when it's falling it is more oval than round. And the falling part I ended up with 6 frames. And then I will add some shading and highlights to the coconut. And then we need to create 4 more frames with the splash. So around the place where the coconut falls into the water, I add water drops flying to every direction, and by each frame I move them more to the outside. And when the falling loop is done, then I merge all the frames together, and I also add some shining dots here and there and scribbly lines, and then the animation is done. The last drawing is by Nelke Duet. Now here we have this bear with the bees. I think we need to add some movement to the bees. As before, the drawing is set as background, and I will start drawing the bees as yellow dots first and create their movement. So one bee will fly behind the cloud, one will fly out of the frame and then back in, and one will be a little behind the trees. I am drawing each bee by hand because if I later want to rotate the bee, it will get blurry because they are really small. And then I will add wings and all the other stuff that bees have. Also, at the end, I need to draw over the bees that are on the original drawing, because if I don't, then they will be just sitting there. When the animation is happening, other bees will be moving and those 3 will be just there. When I finished all the bees, at the end I had 19 frames. But this is not a great loop because you can't divide it, so I added one little cheeky frame. And I have 20 frames with the bees at the end. Now let's move on to the 3 leaves. I want them to move a little bit as well. When you are drawing, then you can also think what you want to animate later and leave that on a different layer. So now I am redrawing the leaves and then drawing over the ones that are on the background drawing, so they can move in the animation. So I will be doing 4 frames with the leaves. I will not move all of them, just some on each tree, and do all the shading too. Then at first I wanted to duplicate this loop 5 times to get to my 20 frames, and I put it all together and the leaves were moving too fast. So I undo it all, and then I duplicated each frame and it was 8 frames. Doesn't really go well within 20, so I needed 10 frames. And then I duplicated first and third frame, so at first I wanted it to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, but now it is going 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4. So together it is 10 frames, and I can duplicate all that and merge together with the bee loop. Then I decided I want to make those cute cheeks move a little, and also the bear's cheek. And also I added some sunny scribbles on the ground, and I wanted the bear to make a wink, but it didn't look nice, so I ended up closing both eyes, and that was too fast, so his eyes are closed for 2 frames, opened for 8, and then again 2 frames closed and open for 8. And so that is all for this animation. All 4 animations are done. I really hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you found some ideas for your own animations. Thank you for watching and see you next time.